Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Grego, back again. We had some technical difficulties, so I'll run up to the clinic real quick. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully you guys are getting notified again. We're going to try and do this one more time, and this time we're going to do it. We're going to do it from the clinic. Yeah, we're inside a clinic in Columbus, Georgia. This is the Columbus. How do we? Let me flip my screen around. Flip camera. Okay, so we are at the Columbus Weight Loss Clinic right here in Columbus, Georgia. And I'm going to show you around. Let's go ahead and show you around the clinic. Let me come out here. Okay, so good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. I got to grab some eyes, too, so I can see you all. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Grego, Columbus, Georgia. We're walking around the clinic right now. And I'm going to show you guys some pretty cool stuff we have in the clinic here. And I'm trying to turn on some lights. Let's see. There we go. Lights. There we go. All right. So that's the far infrared sauna right there. I'm going to take you all down here for a second. And there is the lasers. We have some lipo lasers, some fat lasers, right? And I'm going to show you how those work in just a second. But let me come back into the office. The X-ray machine right there. This is for all the haters that don't know that we are actually licensed in the state of Georgia to practice. There's one of my degrees. The other one is in naturopathy, right? I'm a naturopathic doctor, chiropractic doctor. I am not a medical doctor, so this is not medical advice. This is healthy living advice and talking about insulin, and in particular weight loss. So here we have, good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we have, this is a fat laser, right? And these paddles go on your body right here. Let me show you. Right there, these paddles, they have lasers that come out of those little diodes. And one of them is 808 nanometers. The other one is 640 nanometers. And what does it do? Right here on the wall, we have a picture. This is what happens. This is your normal fat cell, right? Adipocyte. And then what happens after the laser hits it in 10 minutes, it starts getting a little bump on the outside of the edge there. And then after about 30 minutes, the bump expands and then literally opens up, and the contents, the liquid contents inside the fat cell get spilled out into your lymphatics and then eventually go up to your liver. But what happens is then your fat cells shrink. So you can literally lose inches after you come off this machine. We have people lose 5, 10, even up to 15 total inches around their arms, their legs, and their waist all combined in just one session. Right, so that's the laser, cold laser. All right, so if we come out here, we're going to come out of here. We're going to go out into the room right here. This is a vibrating machine right here. So we teach people how to breathe on this because this is a oxygenator, right? This is an oxygen machine right there. And what happens is 84% of your breath actually comes, 84% of your fat rather, comes out through your breath, right? Comes out through your breath to your liver. Good morning, good morning. And then we have right here, this is a far infrared sauna, right? We're going into. So those boards right there with those black things in the background, they actually shoot out an infrared light. The cool thing about this is we have the patients do like 5-10 minutes of little cardio. And then what happens is that they feed the rats your sweat, right? When you just come out of the sauna, and they do fine, even though they probably doesn't taste good. But after they feed the rats your sweat, if you do 5 minutes of exercise, of cardio, and then you jump in the sauna, then the rats die, right? Because it goes that much deeper and cleanses you out. You also lose very much inches. Right there is an ozonator. It's inside the sauna as well. Okay, so we're walking over here. Oh, you guys that like alcohol, right? We sell. This is a hard ketones, right? Hard ketones. The link's in my bio, right? For anything. So this actually produces 1 to 1.5 millimoles of beta hydroxybutyrate every time you drink this. So type of ketone, yeah. All right, so going in here then, we have a high-intensity Pmf machine, right? This is a high-intensity Pmf. So this is like going to the gym and squatting. If we put this on your glutes, like 1,000 times, even though you're not going to the gym, but you get the benefits of going to the gym. And again, that's with a high-intensity machine. So yeah, you guys, if you guys haven't seen me before, if this is interesting to you, we're just about to get into the insulin. This is a regular Pmf, pulsed electromagnetic frequency machine. Again, it's to increase the cardio in somebody, the muscle, and without actually having to go to the gym. And everything, the links in my bio, guys. If I talk about the book, like, the book here that we sell, we're going around in circles. Oh my gosh, Dr. Grego. So here is the best-selling book on Amazon. It talks about, insulin and what happens if we eat too much insulin, and it causes us to have. Is this a spa? No, it's a weight loss. It's a weight loss. Joel, we're in a weight loss. Kind of looks like a spa, doesn't it? Okay, so this is the book. Again, on Amazon, it is a cookbook. Let me turn this down right here. So this is a cookbook as well as a regular book. So, and you're going to notice this cookbook actually has the insulin rise of all the foods, right? See that 11%? That's how much insulin comes out when you eat this. This particular is a breakfast mini cheesecake, right? Looks delicious, right? So we do do you have hydrogen therapy? Yeah, we use hydrogen. Yeah, we do use hydrogen therapy in the form of, there's capsules that we use. Glycemic index, yes. Okay, so let's come up in the TikTok. Guys, anything that I talk about here, anything that I'm trying to show you right here, let's see if we can get that. If you click on the bio, right, you're going to go into that right there. It says open anyway. That's where you're going to take you outside. And then you're going to see, you're going to see coaching. If you guys need some coaching out there, I train some people to be coaches so that they can help you if you can't lose weight, if you're plateaued. The Insulin Thin Diet book's right there, the Insulin Thin System. We highly recommend that you get a blood test after you get the book. And anyhow, so this is the office. So this is what we do here. I'm going to turn it around now. And let's see, answer any questions. Flip my camera. Hey, there we are. We're back again. Okay, so I'm going to put this down so it won't be as shaky, hopefully. All right, we're going to put that right there. Okay, guys, good morning. Good morning. And I don't know what happened right there, but let's see. Fast for a few days, it's therapeutic. Absolutely. Fasting is awesome. Fasting is the way to go. We're supposed to feast and fast, right? We have beautiful physiology that helps us when we don't eat, because we didn't always kill animals every 3 hours, right, as hunter-gatherers. So we have counter-regulatory hormones that come out to keep us in shape and healthy and able to go get the next meal. I just started live and I want to start keto. Okay, well, keto, I wrote 2 books on keto, but I don't espouse keto anymore. I highly recommend omnivore because there's a lot of fruits, vegetables, little grains, and nuts that you're missing if you're just eating meat and cheese, and it's really not sustainable that way if you're just eating meat and meat. Haven't seen you much this week. Hey, what's up, Jens? Yeah, I know. Well, I've had some internet problems, so I had to run up here to the clinic, and so that's why we're broadcasting from here. I'm going to work on salad. Does anybody know what's a good internet? I mean, if you're like, I'm in a small town, because I work in Columbus, but I live in Alabama, which is right across the river. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too, Jens. Good morning. Good morning. So we're talking about insulin. We're talking about weight loss. I just showed you guys the clinic and some of the technology that we have. Of course, we can't use that technology on you. You really don't need that technology. I mean, the PMFs, the HITs, the HIITs, the Lipo Lasers, stuff like that. What you need is to control insulin. At the end of the day, if you don't know what kind of insulin's coming out when you eat or drink something, then you're in trouble. You're automatically going to be gaining weight. You're going to be deleteriously degrading and down-regulating your body. Way of eating. Share it alive. Thank you for sharing. So in other words, let's show you on the calculator, but I'll have to take the phone again. Can you go over that drink again? Oh yeah, that drink was a hard ketones. The link's in my bio, right, guys? The link's in my bio. So if you guys will go to, my link and click on it, you'll go to my products, and you'll see everything that I mentioned in here is on the bio, right? As far as drinks and products. The drink is called 1,3-butane-diol is the name of it, and it makes more ketones in your blood, right? It makes more ketones in your blood. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. So links in the bio, any kind of drinks, any kind of products. I highly recommend the fiber. I'm going to tell you why fiber is so important, y'all, because it's taken out of everything deliberately by the food industry, because fiber makes us fuller, and then we don't eat as much food, and that's bad for their profits, right? That's really bad for their profits. So what I recommend is fiber. Good morning. Good morning. I bought your book. Can I do this with kidney disease? I'm stage 2. Yes, absolutely. And inside my product list, let me go ahead and take you over there. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to California. Over to, and I'm going to flip my camera. Okay, over here. Whoosh, we're back over. Back over here, if we go into the, I want to hold you left-handed. When we go into, see where it says My Products? This is a link in my bio, right? What we did, we clicked right there, the link in my bio, right? That took us to my favorite products right there. So we're going to click on my favorite products. This is for people that have kidney issues, or they get plateaued because their body's too toxic, and you're not going to release the fat because the fat is toxic Tupperware containers. So right here, if you can see that, it says binder and full spectrum. That has activated charcoal and bentonite clay. And so this helps your kidneys by doing part of your kidney's job, which is to filter your blood. So this is a blood filter right here. So I'd highly recommend you have stage 2 kidney, you're saying. Let's see, I'm trying to read your name. Mute your mic. Then I would go ahead and get this product. Again, links in my bio. And yes, this book is for you. Any good tips for gastric bypass? Yeah, change your lifestyle. Because if you don't change the lifestyle, let me go back over here. If you don't change your lifestyle, I'm gonna flip around, flip the camera again. I'm back. If you don't change your lifestyle, your stomach, that you have a gastric bypass, is going to be just as big, and so will your body, because you have to change your lifestyle ultimately. And so I highly recommend this lifestyle, which is based off of, oh, you can't see that, kidney. That's crooked. Mirror your video. Okay. I highly recommend this lifestyle, which is the insulin diet, which is really a lifestyle, the insulin lifestyle. And so it's all about watching insulin, making sure that it doesn't come out too much when we eat, making sure that we're metabolically flexible, right? So we can bounce back and forth between glycolysis and ketosis, between burning carbs and sugars and burning our own fat and using ketones for fuel. And so we want to be able to bounce back and forth. And this book explains how to do that, how to do something about intermittent fasting. How do you start fasting? First, you got to clean up your diet. I'll give you a hint. You can't eat high carb, low fat food like substances that are stored in plastic. Anything that's in the middle of the grocery store, you got to stop it. You got to start eating around the outside of the store. And that's an omnivore way of eating. And then right before you fast, I highly recommend go plant-based just for a week, because that'll shut your insulin all the way down, basically. And then we want to be able to flex back and forth, right? So we're getting ready for the fast. And I would start with half a meal. Just cut your meal in half once you pre-frame yourself by eating the whole foods and the plant-based for a week, and then go into eating half a meal, because we got to upregulate our satiety mechanisms like leptin that we never use, because we don't eat just slow. We eat too fast. We eat too frequently. We don't eat like half our meal and then wait a little bit, like go call somebody or text somebody. It takes leptin 15 minutes to come out from your stomach to get up to your brain to tell your body that you're full, right? To tell you that you're full. And so that's what I highly recommend. I get on this lifestyle. It's all in the book. So I'm going to look at there. Let's kind of get the flower there. Okay, guys. So who else has a question? Follow the host. Thank you. Yeah, if you haven't followed me, go ahead and follow me. I'm not in my mother's basement. This is for all the haters. I'm actually in a clinic that actually helps people, and I'm actually a board certified doctor. Now, I'm not your doctor, but I can be your coach. So, but I can't give you information. I can't give you medical advice, but I can give you information that you could take with a grain of salt. Hopefully that salt is Redmond's real salt with iodine, 92 minerals with iodine, not just sodium chloride, which is just regular table salt, because that'll hurt you. That'll cause high blood pressure and heart problems. All right, so just jumped on. I am pre-diabetic, trying to control this with diet, but where do I start? Right here. Right here. Insulin Diet. Links in the bio. It's on Amazon. I would highly recommend getting the $9.97 ebook. It's only $9.97, so I hope you're worth that. And if you break it down even more, you can look at these delicious recipes, right, that have numbers, and that's the insulin rise. We don't count carbs, we calculate insulin, because that's the most important thing we can do for our health and our life. And so it starts right here with the book, with the calculator, and then I get a blood test. Inside the links right there is a blood test for LabCorp. It's called Quick.md. You don't need an MD. You don't need anybody to write a script for you. You can just pick out, it's called the annual health screening test, which does your triglycerides and your HDL and LDL and your cholesterol. Super important. Also checks out your kidneys, your liver, and whatnot. And it's like $118. And you don't need a doctor. You can send your report to your doctor. I highly recommend you do that. And also to me, after you get your goal, because I would like some pictures. I know a lot of people have already started this. I've been on for a month and a half now. 2 months of people have been following me. A lot of people have dropped some weight. Some people moderate amount of weight. Some people a lot of weight. And I haven't seen any pictures yet. So I would really like to see some pictures before and after. Yeah, thank you though for that question. Phase 3 kidney. Again, I would get that product. I purchased Solutions for Fiber. Can you take too much? No. The answer is no, but you cannot drink enough, in which case you would cause like a bolus of bulk material in your intestines, and your peristalsis action that pushes stuff out might not be able to push it out properly. So you need to drink water. Now this gets interesting. What type of water? Well, I say alkaline microclustered water. Microclustered because water likes to hang out with 100 to 200 other water molecules. It's self-hydrophilic. So what does that mean? That means we have to break it down to one water molecule in order to get into our cells, because the opening is only big enough for one water molecule. It's 3 angstroms big. It's called an aquaporin. And so what happens is, when we drink any water, if we feel it sloshing around in our belly when we walk around or when we move, then that's the wrong water, because the water is going on our cell and not in our cell. And where do we need to be hydrated? Outside the cell or inside the cell, right? So I'm not telling you what type of water. I drink Evian if I drink a bottle, or I use the machine called Life Ionizer, because they pre-test your water. They send you a packet to test your water to see if you have heavy metals, pesticides, any glycophosphate, Roundup, anything like that. And so I use the Life Ionizer machine, or if I'm out and about, I use Evian. So those, again, you could use any water you want. Saying when you drink it, just make sure it doesn't slosh around, right? It doesn't slosh around inside of you. If that makes sense. If that makes sense, follow me. Now, it would really help if the station, we're growing, and I want to thank everybody. I think we're over 80,000 followers now, and a month and a half ago we had 0. So I think that's pretty good. I think it is. I'm not an expert at this, but I thank you for following me. Thank you for getting the message out. Join the Insul Thin group on Facebook, 9 a.m. That's right, on Saturday. Thank you. And who found me? Vanin. Vanin found me again. Miss Vanin. Thank you, Vanin. Thank you for finding me. I just started harvesting sassafras. Okay, sassafras, root beer. Isn't that where they get root beer from, right? Sassafras. Read about that. Share the live. Thank you. Also, you guys, try to go to my YouTube channel, because just in case because sometimes I get a little uncensored. So the YouTube channel, we can talk about the jab, we can talk about the V, we can talk about sex, we can talk about intimacy, and we don't have to be, I see a lot of people are getting booted out of TikTok universe right now. So maybe you don't have to get booted out. Inside Facebook, we're not actually, we're using Facebook, but we're not inside Facebook. We're inside a Zoom room, right? I zoom in with my Zoom, and then I'm free. I can speak my mind. I can answer any question about anything, and I can teach you all how to use the calculator. What are the 3 F's rules for mitigating too much insulin rise, fiber, fat, fasting? How to use those things, right? How do you fast? How do you start? How do you stop? How long is too long? What's the right amount of time, right? All these important questions. It's not, so Facebook room. I'm confused. Okay, Michael, let me help the confusion. Number one, start right here. The book explains a lot. Any questions on Facebook, right? Any real questions that I have to get deep into? This is not the platform. Plus, I could get cut very easily if I talked about I didn't want to mention the words because they're politically charged, and a lot of people don't like it, or they take the left side or the right side, and I'm in the middle. I say it's your body, it's your health, it's your choice, right? You do what's good for you, what you believe is good. You should be informed. Like this, what am I giving you? Information. What do you do with it? Whatever the heck you want, right? You want to use it, use it. You want to throw it away, throw it away. But at least you have a decision. You have an ability, an opportunity, a possibility, right? Because you have information. So that's all this is information. And I'd start with the book. The book, it links in the bio. It's a cookbook. It's a calculator that's in here as well. And the links in the bio. That's where you can start, Mike. That's where you could start. Okay. Is Himalayan salt any good? Yes, it is. America, you're going to notice I don't take eons of time to answer a question. Like is Himalayan? Yes, it is. It's missing iodine. That's why I like Redmond's real salt. I also use Celtic salt. Any one of those three is a winner. Any Himalayan, Celtic, or Redmond's real salt. Yeah, thank you. So just got my book. Awesome. And I'm going to answer your question above there too. Just got your book, Stacy. Awesome. So the next thing to do before you use the calculator in the book, before you use any recipes, get a blood test, right? Where it says blood test on the next button down should be from the book. And then you just go there and you go to a LabCorp. You fill out the form online. You tell them what test you want, which is an annual health screening. And then you pay for it and you walk into a LabCorp. And then they take your blood, and then you can they send them to you. The results are to you, and you can send them to your doctor. You can send them to me after you're finished, after you reach your goals, and yeah, you're off. Congratulations, you're off and running. JC asks, can I reverse diabetes? Yes, but you need help. You need help from your provider. If you're already labeled a diabetic and you're taking medications, then you have to work with your provider by asking them for help. Do not tell them I want to reverse diabetes. Do not tell them I want to get off the drugs, because that's a slap in their face. You understand? You're taking what they're giving you and throwing it back at them. Who wouldn't be offended? Who wouldn't be offended? So be respectful. Go to your provider and ask nicely, will you help me? And they should say yes. And what do you want to do? And you say, I would like to try some intermittent fasting. And they say, well, I don't understand it, but okay, it's just intermittent every now and then. All right. Well, thank you, doctor. And then walk out, take your readings 4 or 5 times a day, send them to the front desk, not to the doctor. They're too busy. But in between patients, that front desk can hand your readings to the doctor and say, what do you think? And the doctor say, oh, wow, they're coming down. They can cut this drug in half, and they don't have to take that one anymore. And they can cut back 10 IUs of insulin, right? Whatever. And now guess what? Now you're working with the person that's trying to help you, but you're helping yourself, and you're not alienating them, right? You're not disrespectful. So and then you get the book, because what are you eating between the intermittent fasting? How do you intermittent fast? How do you eat? What do you eat? Could there be some recipes? How do you know how much insulin's coming out? Could there be a calculator on page 73 in this book? Yeah, and this is the soft cover. If you want the soft cover, you're going to have to email me, and that's fine. And I'll send, because the calculator is web-based. So that's why I pushed the $9.97. This is $19.97, right? But either way, I don't want to dissuade you from getting a book. I mean, if you want to hold the book. But email me so I can send you the link to the calculator and say, look, I got your book. Here's a receipt or whatever, and then I'll send you the thing. So that's awesome. So who else? Does intermittent fasting cause bile sludge that could ultimately lead to blockage? No. What causes bile sludge? No. The answer is straight no. No, it doesn't. Intermittent fasting does not cause bile sludge. I'll leave it at that. If you want more than that, we have to jump into the Facebook group. Havarti or Gouda. I like Gouda. Michael, Gouda. Yeah, Gouda is one of my favorites. So love your book. Thank you. Who said that? Tommy. Great. Tommy got the book. Tommy, did you get a blood test? Okay, is raw sugar as bad as white sugar? Yes. Yes. DW, yes. How long will it take the lab report to come out? A week. A week, Chance. Typically a week. Typically one day. Does intermittent fasting cause? I just answered that. Am I going backwards? This is the coolest concept I've ever seen. Keto worked for me. Didn't know how there was different keto diets. Yes. Yes. This is mutiny. Again, this is, I don't want to die. Who wants to limit what you can eat, right? We have all these taste buds on our tongue, right? All these aromas from beautiful smelling foods and flavors, right? But I want to be in a deficit. I want to count calories. I want to count carbs. I want to portion control everything and not use my innate satiety mechanisms called leptin just and try to eat slower. Try to chew my food 40 times or just take a break for 5 or 10 minutes so leptin can get up to my brain and tell me that I'm full. No, I want to eat everything that I can eat. I want to be an omnivore because as a hunter-gatherer, I shot and killed meat, not all every day, not every 3 hours, and I didn't nibble on the carcass, low carb, because I'd be nibbled on, right? And I didn't eat at night because I would be nibbled on. I would be eaten. Right, so I shot and ate meat, and I gathered up some berries, which are only this big, strawberries. They weren't this big, and they had a lot of fiber in them. So when I ripped into them, that's what he said. Can I take another fiber? Can you eat more than 100 grams of fiber a day? No, then you don't have it because those guys back in the day, that's all they had was fiber, right? Everything was fibrous and uncooked. They didn't have no microwaves. They didn't have no crock pot. They didn't have a pressure cooker, right? So they had to eat it raw. They eat it with all the enzymes and all the fiber. And what do? Cook it, bleach it, kill it, mill it, right? And then we wonder why we're sick with all this stuff that's in the middle of the grocery store in boxes and bottles and jars and plastic containers. There was no plastics, right? So let's go back to that Whole Foods, right? Everything around the grocery store. Let's not limit ourselves by portion control. Let's use the portion control we have inside of us, that leptin, which is more powerful than Adipex, more powerful than phentermine, right? So let's use that. Well, you know how to use that. I just keep eating. Well, that's why you got to slow down. You got to chew all your food. Your stomach doesn't have teeth, right? That's what my mother used to tell me. Your stomach doesn't have teeth. So let's use these God-given innate mechanisms, right? Cholecystokinin, GLP-1 for sugar, peptide YY for protein. All those things because those are satiety mechanisms. Right, but and let's use the stomach stretch. We stretch our stomach because we eat. And we don't ever fast. We feast, and we get fat, and we wonder why things aren't working in our body. Things we can't get into a slight ketosis during the day because we just got to crave. We have to crave sugar because our insulin comes out and it doesn't drop as fast as the sugar or the carbs we just ate, and so now we have a gap between what was there and what's not there anymore because it's in our cells. We don't have anything in our blood. And now we got to eat. We got to crave. I'm hungry. Give me something. I feel bad. 2 hours after I eat, I feel nauseous. I feel lightheaded. I can't spell the word the. I want to pass out. I sweat. I have heart palpitations. What is that? You're a junkie. You're a junkie. If you experience that 2 hours after you eat, you're experiencing a withdrawal from food, from sugar, from carbohydrates, from food. So you're a junkie. So stop it. So how do you stop? Eat whole foods. This is not, you have to buy food. I don't care what food you eat. I care where you eat it. When you go into the store, go around the outside. Listen to Eminem. Around the outside. Don't go in the inside aisle. Don't, especially if you want to start fasting, don't you dare go in the inside aisle. Stay around the outside of that store. And whether meat, the cheese, the fruits, vegetables, grains, and nuts, right? Around the outside. Y'all with me? This is not rocket science, but we've been deluded into thinking that we have to eat all the time, that we have to eat 3 or 4 or 5 meals a day because it keeps our energy up. And make sure your protein bar is in between because you don't want to lag. You don't want to let that insulin come down. You don't want to go into ketosis. You want to stay in glycolysis, so you have to look for a nap. So I got a nap in the middle of the afternoon because I'm tired after I eat. Or I don't have brain fog. Or I don't have all the energy that I used to have. Why do you know? Because you're eating all the time. Because insulin's coming out all the time. Because you don't know how to fast in between meals. Even now, back in the 50s, we had white bread, we had Wonder Bread, we had hot dogs, we had hamburgers, but nobody was fat. Why? Because if you can't eat. Remember what your mom said? Those of you that are my age, if you don't eat, you'll ruin your appetite. Don't eat between meals because you'll ruin your appetite. Right? Hello? And what did we cook with back then? Vegetable oils, hydrogenated oil, trans fats? What? No. We use butter and real lard. Remember grandma? Oh, grandma, you're wrong. You got to change in that butter for hydrogenated oil like margarine. That's much healthier. And then we got to plasticize that oil with vegetable oil because that's much healthier. Omega 6s through the out. Now we can't even wake up without being in pain because of the amount of inflammatories, the superoxide anions and perioxide nitrates that are in those seed oils, and plasticization of the cells, which causes xenoestrogen to go rampant, right, left, right, and center, more estrogen. So what's happening to our males? They're becoming more like females, no, right? They're more effeminate. Why? Because of seed oils, because of estrogen, because of high carb, low fat food like substances. They're in the middle of that grocery store that we shouldn't be eating. Now, if this makes sense, hit the like button. Let's share this information. Why am I the only one that's got to be preaching and teaching this? Why am I the only one that's got to make sense out of there? Why am I the only one that has to say, help me? I would like some help. Follow me. Let's get the message out. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Then follow me. I'm not sick and tired. I'm 60 years old. See that right there? That's 60. See these teeth? Those are 60 and they're real. And the muscles in my body. I'm not here to show you off. I'm here to show you what's possible. I'm saying if you follow me, you can have more life. If you follow me, you won't have a pooch belly. You'll be your 8th grade weight. Forget about high school. You're going back to 8th grade. I weighed 180 in 8th grade. That's what I weigh now. And do all my patients here in the clinic that I'm sitting in right now, not in my mother's house or my basement, this clinic that I help people in, do they all listen to me? No. Was that the hardest part about being a doctor, is helping people? No. The hardest part is having the people be ready for the help. I think the Chinese said only when the student's ready does the teacher show up. So I'm asking you, are you ready? I guess, are you ready for a change? Are you ready to do something different? Because if you keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, what's that called? That's called insanity, right? So maybe there's substitutions for sugar, like stevia or monk fruit. Maybe there's a way of eating, like intermittent fasting, not breaking fast with breakfast, right? Don't break fast with breakfast. And then just use the innate cleaning up, autophagy, apoptosis, stem cells. Let's rejuvenate our body. Let's unwind and undo all the crappy things we do to the body during the day. Everything we eat, drink, think, rub on, and bathe in that's not supposed to be there. How do we get rid of it? If we're constantly in a fed state, we can never get to the autophagy, the cleaning up, the apoptosis, killing the old senescent cells that are ready to die anyways. They won't die. They'll just keep living and causing problems, right? And all the fumes, the exhaust that comes out from eating things that are in glycolysis, right? That's sugar and carbs. That upregulates our free radicals, superoxide and superoxide dismutase, perioxide nitrates, all these things that are harmful to the body, white visceral fat, triglycerides. You know what triglycerides are made out of? Right? Glycerol. Triglycerides, the molecule that binds around the main one is glycerol. You know what glycerol is? It's a sugar alcohol. You know what you can do with it? Absolutely nothing. So that's xylitol, that's sucralose, that's erythritol. Your liver has to deal with that and it gets fatty. And then you get fatty with around your waist because you produce triglycerides, which are white visceral fat. And that's nothing but a highly inflammatory white fire. I call it white fire. White visceral fat is white fire. Let's call it. So, guys, are you guys with me? You guys with me? How to clean the liver and the pancreas. Liver flush and the pancreas. This is Expo. You want to know how to do a liver flush? Join me in the Facebook group. I'll tell you. So I have no problem telling you, but some people, not everybody needs a liver flush. Not everybody, but I'll tell you, I have no problem. Hello. How you doing? Any comments on LMNT, electrolyte drink mix? Not really familiar with that, Julie, but here's the best electrolyte. Okay, you want... let me time out. The best electrolyte you can take, in my opinion, is Redmond's Real Salt because it has 92 minerals in the exact ratio of minerals in our bodies, and they become colloidal. When they become in water, they become electric. That means electrolyte. So Redmond's Real Salt also has iodine. That's the difference between Himalayan salt, which also has 92 minerals, but it doesn't have iodine, and Celtic salt, which also has 92 minerals, but it doesn't have iodine. Now, as far as the best supplement, if I can only take one supplement in the world, and this is how you know your doctor knows this stuff or not. Oh, Dr. Gregory, you're calling all the doctors. I'm not calling out anybody. I'm telling you the truth. When we get down to the soil, This is where my mind goes. I get down to where the rubber hits the road. So that's why people like me, they hate me. I'm very polarizing. I'm a very polarizing doctor. Man, this doctor's spouting all kind of stuff. But here it is. When we die, fungus wins. You try to keep away from fungus and bacteria and yeast, fungus, mold. Well, they're in your intestines, and you can't kill them all, because if you did, you'd be dead. So fungus takes us back to the ground and makes dirt into carbon-rich soil. Carbon-rich, full of minerals, full of enzymes, full of amino acids. That soil, because we die, we go back to the ground, and that soil is, and we can bottle that. We can bottle everything that we are in something called fulvic acid. Fulvic and humic acid is what everything we're made out of. So if you want to take a supplement, you're not missing anything, the link's in my bio. You're welcome, and the link's in my bio. So you guys, so if this makes sense to you, follow me. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm the one that has to teach you how to breathe through your nose and not through your mouth. So you'll be in parasympathetic mode, not sympathetic mode. I'm sorry that I'm the one to tell you not to drink when you eat, because you dilute your hydrochloric acid and create mucoid plaque, just like tooth plaque, only that's on your intestines. I'm sorry I'm the one that has to teach you how to breathe, how to eat, how to move, how to drink. But I mean, if this makes sense to you, if you want to live a longer, healthier life, if you want the last years of your life to be your best years, instead of waking up, having somebody because you can't wash yourself, you can't wipe yourself, and you're waiting for diaper change, is that what now, by the way, that's what 9.6 years is that's the average now. I think it's a lot higher, of debilitating diseases that can be preventable, that are preventable debilitating diseases, because we don't want to take care of ourselves. We want to wait for a guy and a girl in a white jacket to say, give me a drug. Well, if you're tired of taking drugs, if you're tired of taking medications, if you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, then follow me. Because I do have the answers. I am 60 years old. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't drink excessive. I drink every now and then because it's part of socialization, right? Eating is part of socialization. I don't want to say I can only eat this, I can't eat that, but I can eat meats, I can eat fruits, I can eat vegetables, I can eat nuts, I can eat a little grains. Remember, Jesus broke the bread over his knee, so it was very granular. He didn't have mills, neither did the people in Sardinia. That's why they're still part of the blue zone, even though they eat nothing but pasta. Manja, pasta fagiu. So yeah, but so it's not what they're eating, it's what they're not eating. The people in all these blue zones, like the Maasai in Africa and the Inuits in Alaska, nothing but fish, and other people just eat nothing but carnivores, meat, right? And so what is it? They're all different. Meat, cheese, fish, milk. The Maasai drink blood, right? So how can they all live over 100? Well, because they're all eating such different things. It's not what they're eating. It's what they're not eating. The top three: sugar, fructose, high fructose corn syrup, right? Sugars. And then seed oils, canola oil, rapeseed oil, grapeseed oil, every one of those oils in a plastic bottle basically is okay. And then what's the last one? Sugar, oil, and flour. Wheat flour is not the glycemic index. You know what the glycemic index is based? Flour. White bread. White flour is how they base the 0 to 100. The 100 is white flour. The same thing as wheat flour. You know, they got to squirt on the 6 or 7 minerals, because after they bleach it and remove everything that was in that wheat, everything good that was in that wheat, all the minerals, all the enzymes, all the husk, the fiber, and then they have to squirt on 6 or 8 enriched. They say enriched. My reading is it's enriched nothing. It's enriched 0. You're still losing, and you're polluting your body. You're committing omega-6s, which are nothing but pro-inflammatory things, white visceral fat, and it's just not good. So sugar, seed oil, and wheat. That's what they're not eating to live over 100. That's what they're not eating to live over 100. What are you eating? What are you eating? Right? And more importantly, where's your insulin at? So good morning. Good morning. Yeah, you don't know what you guys got into, do you, over here? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Any home remedies? That's all we use over here. Yeah, I mean, yes. For looking for what? If you're looking for a home remedy, join my Facebook group. I'll give you so many home remedies that you're going to have to write them down. I started my journey at 12 years old. I didn't start when I went to school. I started with a pitchfork in my hand. That's not what you think. I was devilish when I was younger, but the point is this. My grandfather gave me a pitchfork and said, turn that compost pile. What? Turn that compost pile. What's a compost pile, Graham? Well, that's all, grapes and rinds and apple cores and seeds and orange peels and leaves and pine straw, and you just mix it up every so many months, and it breaks down, and we put it back on the soil so we can enrich the soil. Now, what do we put on the soil? Phosphorus, potassium, and nitrogen. Phosphorus, potassium, 3 things, and we take out 92 things. We've been doing it for 60 years. What kind of bank account? How much money do we have left in that account? How much money do we have left in that account? That's why I say regenerative organic. If you're going to waste your time waste your money, end up in giving away all your money and your time to an assisted living home because you got to write off your car, your house, and everything that's left in your bank account. Let's not do that. Let's wipe our own backsides. Let's only wear diapers once in our life. Let's buy regenerative organic foods from around the store, not in the middle of the store. Not where if we dropped a hunter-gatherer in the middle of our store, they would starve. They wouldn't know what a cereal box was. They don't know what a seed oil is. They don't know what a plastic container is, but they know what meat is. They would know they can figure out cheese and honey around the outside and vegetables and fruits and nuts around the outside. They could live. They would live. We would live. You understand? Am I making sense? Is my phone on? Or did I lose thing? Anyone remember this? Well, when I fast, my cravings for sugar changed and my cravings for bad food. Yes. Yeah, because you reset your, well, first of all, you're firing, when you fast, you fire on ketones more than glucose. You still have some up there, but you're firing mostly on ketones, and that changes your taste buds. So we call it the sugar taste test. When you know you're in ketosis, or deep ketosis anyways, your taste buds, you taste sugar and you spit it out because it tastes like sheetrock dust, or it tastes like nothing at all. That's how you know your brain's firing, you're metabolically flexible, right? That's a 50-cent test, doesn't cost you a dime, right, to do. You're right, thank you. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you. Yes, eat whole foods. Absolutely. So there is, what kind of diet is whole foods? It's not. It's whole foods. Well, you mean I don't have to use portion control? I don't have to weigh my food? No. You mean I don't have to add? No. But what's the insulin coming out? There's only one thing that's going to kill you. There's only one thing that's going to make your belly fat so you're embarrassed on the beach and you want to wrap a towel around you. Hello. So, Dr. Grego, you can't talk to me like that. I have to talk to you like that because when you're comfortable at 72 degrees, you're not going to change the thermostat. So I have to make you uncomfortable. And I get no pleasure in it. I do get a little pleasure in it because I want to spark people. I'm a coach. When I forget the doctor. I'm your coach. Look at me if someone's going to say, get off the sidelines. Let's get back in the game of life. You want to sit, you don't even want to go in and you don't even want to sit on the sidelines because people are talking about you, right? When you go to your son's or your daughter's sporting event and you're sitting in the stands and people are looking at you and talking about you because you're not your exact ideal weight, are you? But you tried every diet, haven't you? And you've listened to your personal trainers, right? You listen to your doctors, right? You listen to your next door neighbor, right? And so you counted everything until you're blue in the face. You may even got a number from Weight Watchers. My number is 25. What's yours? You're really going to count that number for the rest of your life? And how's it working for you? As soon as you stop counting, what happens? Because there is no numbers. There's only insulin. When you eat 1,000 calories of 1,000 calories of carrots, not carrots. Let's use 1,000 calories of avocados, and I eat 1,000 calories of double chocolate cheesecake. I'm going up in weight on 1,000. You're going down. So throw 1,000 out the window. What the second law of thermodynamics says that energy in a closed system remains constant. So if I eat 1,000 and I burn 1,000, that's a net zero. Yeah, but you're not a physics. So in other words, if we take a log that liberates 1,000 calories of heat and we eat that log, we're not getting 1,000 calories of heat. We're getting 1,000 calories of freaking spikes, of splinters in our butt, in our rectum, because a rectum damn near it's going to kill you because we're not physics. We're physiology. The law is true. You can't change the energy inside the closed system. It stays the same. But what's different is the interpretation because we have physiology. So when you eat 1,000 and I eat 1,000, I'm going to digest that differently depending on how much insulin comes out. Not how much calories are there, not how much carbs are there, not how much portion is there, how much insulin is coming out when I eat that chicken, or eat that fish, or eat that strawberry cheesecake. Whatever it is, how much insulin, and how do I mitigate it if it's too high? And so that's what the book's about. Guys, that's what the book's about. That's what, follow me on, I keep hearing I'm getting random. Follow me on YouTube, please, because I really want to build my YouTube channel. I want to get booted off of here. No, I don't want to get booted off of here. When I cut out sugar and starch, all my cravings went away. They did. Thank you, brown sugar, for that. Sugar is my problem. Can't get off it. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But here's how you get off. You're addicted right now. So what do you do in an addict? You cold turkey. You stop. You don't feed it. And so here's what can help cravings. There's something in my bio, the link in my bio. It's called Blood Sugar Breakthrough. It's by Dominic D'Agostino, arguably the smartest researcher in keto these days, today. And so he co-created this product, and it has alpha lipoic acid, it has berberine, it has chromium picolinate, it has vanadium sulfate, it has 22 different blood sugar regulators, and so it will get you off of that craving. It'll wean you, right? It's kind of like taking I want to say not gabapentin, kratom. Like if you're an opioid addict, you would take kratom. And kratom will help ease you off of that opioid, right, in a natural way. And so will this blood sugar breakthrough. And then again, intermittent fasting, but you got to set yourself up for it, because if you've been on sugar for so long, you're addicted. Then you got to eat whole foods for a week. Then you got to eat nothing but plant-based for a week. And then you could start fasting by cutting your meal in half and letting leptin come out, start getting your satiety mechanism. You're feeling full and not having cravings right back, because you haven't used them for so long, because you've been an addict to sugar. You've been a junkie. You've been a junkie. Let's stop being a junkie. All right? Thanks. Olive oil. Yeah, I would do fresh pressed olive oil. Whoops. And look here. I would do fresh pressed olive oil, Irish. And fresh pressed, the link's in my bio. This little guy goes around the world and presses them and ships them out right where he's at. I take testosterone. Works great. I can't keep hitting the thing. Low carb, 50 carbs daily, or keto. No, forget the carbs. You're still on the carbs. You're looking east for a sunset. Where does the sun set? Where does the sun set? Where does the sun set? In the west. Quit looking east. The carbs and calories aren't going to help you. If they would have, you would be thin, lean, and mean. You'd be your ideal weight right now, and you wouldn't be asking me this question, or do you need to count carbs? So what you have to do is calculate insulin. How do you calculate insulin? Inside this book on page 73 is a calculator. Inside this book is a delicious recipes with insulin numbers. And how many fiber caps you need to mitigate insulin, because fiber, fat, and fasting are the 3 F's to mitigate too much insulin rise. Oh, I watched you on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for watching me on YouTube. Who said that? Kay. Thank you, Kay. Kay got it. She's on YouTube. What about y'all? We all go over to YouTube and increase my YouTube channel, because I think I'm going to get, well, eventually, I don't want to be censored. Ideally, I want y'all to come to Facebook, not because of Facebook. Facebook censors everybody, right? But inside Facebook, we use the Zoom room. Guess who gets censored in a Zoom room? Nobody ever for saying anything. Let's meet in the Zoom room, 9 o'clock Saturday morning. Yes, Kelly, would you tell everybody what time? Thank you on educating the masses. I appreciate you. Doc, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, isn't this crazy that this old southern Georgia, Columbus, Georgia, we got to talk to you about how to eat, how to drink, how to breathe, how to calculate the thing that really matters in your weight and your life is insulin. Well, we don't want to talk about, I asked my doctor about insulin, and he said I didn't have to worry about it because my glucose was fine. Wrong answer. He said nobody tests insulin. Double wrong answer. We have an insulin crisis. We have an insulin. You're talking about a true epidemic and a pandemic. Insulin is the real pandemic. Why are you getting the C word? Because you're hyperinsulinemia. You got too much insulin, which is paralyzing your WBCs, because white blood cells can't move around in a highly acid environment, which is too many carbs, too many sugars. Hello? And so what's causing our lowered immunity is too much sugar, and too much sugar is too much insulin. Do you see how it always comes back to insulin? You can't get away from it. I can't help it. 9 out of the 10 top 10 ways you're going to die. Heart disease is insulin. Coronary artery disease is insulin. Atherosclerosis is insulin. High blood pressure is insulin. Alzheimer's and dementia is insulin. PCOS is insulin. Diabetic neuropathy is insulin. Diabetic blindness is insulin. Retinopathy is insulin, right? So you get hemorrhagic strokes are insulin. So why are we talking about carbs if everything is insulin? Why are we talking about calories if everything insulin? That's a question I have. It's a simple question. Drink distilled water? No, unless you put some minerals in it, because you have to have osmotic balance. Whenever we drink water, if it's distilled or osmotic, I have no problem with it. Just put some minerals back, because otherwise you're going to pull them out of your body, because you got to keep the same pressure outside the cell as inside the cell. Otherwise your cell will collapse or it'll explode. So don't do that. Don't do that. So what else? I'm going down. Join. Who joined me? Thank you for joining me. Guys, if you never heard anything like this, you probably haven't. And I apologize. Why am I apologizing? Because your doctor doesn't check insulin. Even if he did, it's a 5-hour test. Even if he did, he doesn't want you in the office for 5 hours. Even if he did, he's not going to get paid for 5 hours. Even if you did and he did, if you can't wait 5 hours to see what your insulin is going to do to you. It's too late. So you need to go into the book, get the calculator on page 73, book links in the bio, and let's calculate something. Don't count anything. Calculate it. Calculate. Don't guess. No. Oh, Dr. Grego, you are spouting some truth this morning. You're welcome. Yeah, and you think this is truth? Watch me in the Zoom room inside Facebook Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, put that up. Kelly, if you would put that up, the Facebook room, the name of the Facebook, right? Follow the host. And please follow me. And please go over to YouTube and follow me as well because, we might get, because I am spouting truth. Remember what happened to Dr. Sabi? Here's what I'm looking behind my back now. As soon as I get over 100,000 followers, I'll be, you'll be like, Dr. Gregor, what's wrong? Nothing. Do you ever feel like you're being followed? It's okay though. I don't care. I'm 60 years old. I lived my life. I lived a really good. I had a lot of fun. I still have a lot of fun, but I'm just saying I'm here to help at the end of the day. Honestly, we have something that's a crisis in my opinion and a total disservice. Not only disservice, I say a crime. I would go so far as to say a crime against you and me and humanity. Because nobody's looking at this insulin thing. And they are talking about it. They'll say, oh yeah, it's insulin that causes blood pressure. Oh yeah, it's insulin, too much insulin causes weight. Oh yeah, it's insulin that causes heart disease. Oh yeah, it's insulin that causes strokes. And then they'll just go on to calories or carbs or portion control or ashwagandha or anything. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Can we talk about the thing that you just said causes all those things? Can we examine it? Can we really look at it? Can we write a book? Can we? Can we make recipes that address it? Can we give numbers and a calculator that's in? Can we? Can we? I am. I'm doing it. I'm doing my small part for a big problem, right? For a big problem. Insulin group. Right. Follow me. Join. If you guys just joined, boy, have you missed a lot. I need to get that book. Yeah, it's in the links in the bio. Hey, I'm in my clinic. Let me show everybody my clinic. Because everybody's like, I'm in a basement. And that's okay. You can still help somebody from a basement. But I'm just saying, flip camera. Okay, so let's show everybody. By the way, this is my clinic, right? Whoa. See, as we're looking outside, kind of a dreary day today. And this is a brain tap. This is for people, emotional eaters, that they're not getting, and the link's in my bio, sorry. But emotional eaters, right? See that right there? And it has LEDs that come out in your eyes, and they entrain your brain with binaural beats that come out here. And there's programs that we run off that phone right there. And so the eating disorders, I eat when I'm sad, I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm depressed. And so this retrains the brain on that. This is a Hakamed. This is more for pain. This is a Pmf machine, right? This is a Pmf, pulse electromagnetic frequency. And so we do this for like if somebody's got fat on their sides or adipose, it helps speed up the fat burning through brain trainers. Yeah, I need that, right? And then we have, this is like an M-Sculpt. It is not an M-Sculpt, but it is like one. So it does high intensity PMF. So like going to the workout, doing 10,000 squats without doing 10,000 squats on your rear end or on your sides to get that, again, the love handles gone. So that's that machine right there. So anyhow, then we have this is really cool. Right over here, we have this is a far infrared sauna right there, right? So those things are far infrared, so they go inside you. There's no steam, it's light, and it makes you sweat, and you get out toxins. And then it also has a ozonator right there, because you remember how you breathe out 84% of your fat. So we have an oxygen reconstitutor right there, oxygen, right? So that when you breathe through your nose, out through your mouth, or out through your nose if you have a problem, and that's 84% of the fat comes out through that. So then we come on down here. Y'all check this out. We come on down here, and in this room, we have Lipo Lasers, right? Lasers, 808 nanometers and 640. And what do? They open up the fat cell. They put a bump on it like after 15 minutes, right? And in 30 minutes, that bump explodes or it opens up. All the liquid comes out, goes to your liver. And this right here, the fat cell shrinks. And so we lose inches with this. Kind of cool, right? But you don't need that technology. You really don't. I mean, what you need is to watch your insulin, right? And check this out. Doesn't that look like Alien? I had a low ceiling, so I took it all out and I put up these ductwork. I sprayed it all black. I sprayed insulation. And now it looks like the Terminator or the Alien versus Predator, right? That's what I thought. Okay, guys, so I'm probably going to let you guys go. Who has questions? Yes, I need to come see you. Where are you at? I'm in Columbus, but I'm not taking any more patients. You need to coach. I need to coach you wherever you're at. I can go to California. I can go to Canada. I can go to... So if you need me, the link's in my bio to apply for coaching. Victoza injection is good for weight loss. Yes, but I would try intermittent fasting and watching watching my insulin first before I did any kind of drug. Repeat 3 F's, please. Fiber, fat, and fasting. Fiber, fat, and fasting. Right? Okay. So here we're going back. And yeah, but this is the name of the clinic right here. Columbus Weight Loss Clinic. There's the number. Right? Which program did you use on the headset? Oh, well, gosh, there's 800 programs. So it depends on what's going on with you and your emotional eater. But there's guided visualizations with the program, right? On the Brain Tap. The link's in my bio. You get a free 14-day trial if you want to try the Brain Tap, right? It's Brain Tap. That's what it's called. That's Brain Tap, right? You can sign up for 14 days and try it. I highly recommend it. We also use it in conjunction with this this lounge chair. Is also hooked up with an amplifier right there. You see that amp right down there? And this entrains your proprioception on the outside of your skin, right in your muscles, so that, again, we're entraining the brain. Like if we want to go to alpha, which is alpha frequency, which is like 8 to 12 hertz, right? Then it entrains the brain. Should I take my blood sugar before I eat? Yeah, but Karen, no, you're looking at car tire pressure, Karen, and you're supposed to look at the engine. If you have car problems, first you look at the engine, not the car tire. Car tire is sugar, engine is insulin. Karen, you want to look at your insulin. And remember, here's the book on insulin, remember? Book on insulin, the Insulin Diet, right? The Insulin Diet. And remember, the link's in my bio. So if we come up here, I always want to reach and touch like it's a touch screen. It's not. But if I go over here to my bio, right, and I click on the link right there, right, the link in my bio, right, and then it'll take me to here, and then you'll see the Insulin book. See, get the Insulin book right there. You click on that, that'll take you to the thing. If you want the coaching, you want to apply. We don't help everybody. That's why you have to apply, right, for coaching. If somebody calls you back, that means we can help you. The insulin system, the blood test, right? After we get the book, right, we get a blood test. There's the fiber, right? The fiber is right there. And there's the belly fat burner, the BHB. Should be belly fat burners. That should be an F right there. But that stands for beta hydroxybutyrate, right? The ketone. So fiber blend and beta hydroxy. So there it is. All links in my bio. Okay. So should you, questions. I use the Brain Tap for sleep. Awesome. Evan, yeah, it works really well, right? Brain Tap's very powerful. Again, because we're frequency followers, right? Our brain follows frequency because when we listen to music, what happens? We bob our head, we tap our foot, we tap our hand. We're frequency. We follow the frequency. No more sugar. Amen. Insulin. Do you have discs for sale on hypnosis for losing weight? I have something better than hypnosis. I think the Brain Tap is better. The Brain Tap over there on the wall, right? We have the Brain Tap, and we run the programs. They work miraculously well. I mean, Dr. Porter is a brilliant man, in my opinion. I just had my blood work done. Is that insulin test a standard test, or you have to ask for it? It's a 5-hour. You have to ask Kay. You want a 5-hour insulin test? 5-hour insulin test, blood test. Yeah, carnivore diet. Yes or no? No, Wendy, because you leave a lot of good tasting things on the table that you can eat. And, if you have to mitigate the insulin rise, you can. But we're not carnivores. We're not vegetarians. We are omnivores. So omnivores, right? And let me spin this back around so I can say goodbye to you guys. I think it might be time for me to go. My God, look what time it is. Guys, did you have fun? You got to tour my clinic. We got to look at the book. We talked about the 3 F's and how we mitigate the number one thing. What is the number one thing we follow? Is it calories, carbs, or insulin? What are we going to talk about from here on out? Calories, carbs, or insulin? Who's going to give me the answer at the bottom? I'm going to send you the calculator for free if you give me the answer. Calories, carbs, or... Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Joe. Yeah. Very cool. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Insulin! All right, moderator, you don't count, Kelly. You already know that. You already know that answer. You already know that answer. I love berries, but I only do them when I have a good source of large tubs of Greek yogurt. Okay, great. Yeah, berries are fine. Again, what's not fine is how much insulin is coming out when we eat the berries, right? Do we need to mitigate? How much fiber do we need to add to those berries, really, is what I would ask. Love this. Thank you. Insulin. Thank you. Thank you. Insulin. Great. You guys that answered the question, seriously, if you don't have the book, if you want to email me, right, the last 4 or 5 people, the next 5 people, the first 5 people that email me with the links in my bio, I'll send you a PDF copy, or it might be a docs copy because some people can't open the PDF of the book, which has the calculator, right? The next five people, if you go to my bio, see if you can figure out where my bio is, and the links in my bio, first 5 people, I will send you a copy, a free copy of the book. Okay? Thanks, you guys. Guess who's gonna be back here tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. All right. So you guys got to see. Remember to live your life out loud. Remember to live your life out loud and insul thin. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste, everybody.